2021 is the year where EVs are going mainstream, as a handful of brands have already unveiled and are currently selling vehicles powered by alternative energy. It wasn't too long ago that Tesla was the only manufacturer going against the flow, but now we have the Jaguar I-Pace, Audi e-tron, Volkswagen ID.4, and the Mustang Mach-E, all adding some variety and unique styling to take on the Model Y and X. Among the list of factors that have kept Americans from hopping on the EV bandwagon and ditching their gas-powered cars is pricing, range, and even overall design, as these futuristic vehicles are certainly an acquired taste. The Ford Mustang Mach-E is here to change your preconceived perceptions of electric cars, but more importantly could be the game changer that draws new consumers to a growing market. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E. A theme we often see with EVs is tech-driven and futuristic interiors that propel you into a new generation of automotive history. But not everyone is fans of this drastic change to the ergonomics of cabins for modern vehicles. Tesla, for instance, has gone with the minimalistic design by having very few physical buttons, and instead, most of the settings and functions will be found on their 15-inch touchscreen. Ford, on the other hand, designed the Mach-E's interior to be very much like other crossovers in their lineup, with a push-button start, physical buttons found on the steering wheel, a digital gauge cluster, a dial that controls exterior lighting, a front latch, and gear selector that we now see in most new Ford products. While some EVs require you to take some time to get acclimated with everything, the Mach-E allows you to step inside, put it into drive, and you're on the road immediately with no learning curve whatsoever. Of course, that massive 15.5-inch screen is something you'll have to get used to, but if you're familiar with Ford's user interfaces, it should become second nature after 5 minutes or so. Because of the conventional layout for the interior, the Mach-E feels like a natural progression in the world of automotive design, and is one of the reasons why this crossover has become an overnight success, as it brings a sense of the present and mixes it with the future, rather than giving you this perception that you are transported 10 years into the future like you feel with Tesla. You've probably said to yourself recently, I like the idea of going electric, but they're expensive and out of my budget. While the model used for this video is a premium, you can go with the Select trim that starts just under $43,000. And since this vehicle qualifies for the $7,500 tax credits, you could be spending less than $40,000. Even for the premium, you're looking at potentially spending below $50,000, and that's including the dual electric motors and extended range battery. When compared to the Tesla Model Y long range, price ranges match up pretty evenly, unless you offer the $10,000 self-driving package that Tesla offers. However, where the Mustang Mach-E can become very successful is by drawing in consumers who are unable to spend $70,000 on an Audi e-tron or Jaguar I-Pace. And when you look at available range and optional equipment, the Mach-E provides quite a lot of value for a crossover with a price tag below $50,000, and is actually a better alternative to Tesla than the Volkswagen ID.4. As enthusiasts, we prefer the sound of gas-powered motors, and the ability to roll through the gears ourselves. And for many in the car community, there has been some skepticism as to whether electric cars can rival modern-day vehicles when it comes to driving dynamics, cornering, and acceleration. Without stating the obvious that this crossover has Mustang emblems found throughout this vehicle, many people assume it will drive like a sports car, or at the very least, have high expectations that it won't be your average everyday SUV. We're happy to report that Ford didn't forget about us, and in fact, for the short term, is one of the more powerful options available in the EV segment, not named Tesla, and should fulfill the desires many buyers have when it comes to performance. The model used in the full review was the Premium, with dual electric motors and the extended range battery, to give us 346 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of right around 4.8 seconds, which falls right in line with the Model Y long range. With 270 miles of range on a full electric charge, the fun continued for many hours during our time with the Mach-E, and that is more than enough range for most buyers who have shorter commutes. Due to the battery placement, the Mach-E has a low center of gravity, making backroad driving extremely enjoyable as you silently carve your way through rural areas. Where this crossover does differ from the Model Y is that you won't get thrown back in your seat. And after spending 24 hours with this EV, it feels more like a luxury crossover rather than being performance-oriented. And that isn't a bad thing at all, especially when Ford will be offering a Mach-E GT later this year. Automotive design for hybrid and electric vehicles hasn't always garnered positive attention, especially for cars priced at or below $50,000. The emphasis on futuristic styling that resembles renderings for concept cars often makes their way onto the final product. And rather than producing attractive, sleek, and streamlined vehicles that blend in on the highway, brands give buyers a hybrid or EV that's going to draw negative or unwanted attention. The Ford Mustang Mach-E bucks this trend, despite purists being up in arms over the nameplate, and unlike competitors, have an inspiring and cool road presence for this crossover that takes design elements from the Mustang, especially when you look at the taillights. One of the criticisms Tesla has faced over the years is that their cars are very bland, and now with other options in this price range, the Model Y certainly won't be seen as best looking in its class. On the other hand, you then have legacy manufacturers trying to appeal to a younger demographic, with sharper body lines and eye-catching designs that just don't translate to most consumers. Ford went more traditional, and if you had no prior knowledge of this crossover, you'd probably think it's gas-powered, which isn't far-fetched, as we've seen sporty and athletic SUVs over the years based on performance cars. What Ford has essentially done here with the Mach-E is embrace the future while also sticking to conventional methods that could have a positive impact on the EV market as a whole, and prove to Americans that you can in fact own a cool-looking car that's powered by alternative energy. With Tesla setting the bar high for what an EV should be in 2021, many have waited for a true rival that could give the brand a run for their money. But as recent history has shown us, manufacturers have had a difficult time emulating the success Tesla has had with their vehicles, while also falling short when it comes to range and pricing. However, the Ford Mustang Mach-E is the first EV from a legacy brand that has the full package of being efficient, practical, and affordable, while also having a striking road presence. Up until 2021, we couldn't say that for most EVs. And even today, as we see new arrivals to the segment like the Volkswagen ID4, Ioniq 5, and Kia EV6, the Mach-E still appears to be the crossover to beat among brands not wearing the Tesla badge. Enthusiasts and purists believe Ford was making a mistake by sticking the Mustang emblem on their first ever electric car. But not even a few months in, and the popularity and enthusiasm is off the charts. Time will only tell, but this could very well be the crossover that propels Ford to being one of the leaders in the next generation of automotive design and technology. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying a Mach-E or any other EV, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.